Let's talk about the Florida economy and your budget. You said during the campaign you weren't going to cut education spending, but your budget cuts education by 10%. You also cut corporate taxes.
No, that's not true. What I said in the campaign was I wouldn't cut any state funding of education. What's happened is...
September 28th, North Broward economy, we're not going to cut the education budget. We're going to make sure the money is there for education.
Absolutely right. I am not cutting any state spending on education. But look, here's what the federal government's done. The federal government threw all of these dollars into these states and then expected the states to continue to fund things. So that's not doable. You can't do it.
But education spending will be less because of what you just said, and at the same time, you're cutting corporate taxes, which Moody's says is going to provide additional challenges for Florida's fiscal situation.
And I think every day that goes by, as people realize that all the attacks and all the distortion that has come in, particularly from these national union leaders about what really is happening here, when they realize that doesn't happen, a month or two down the road, when people realize the real changes in this state are simple. Me and other public employees will pay more for pension and health care, but still significantly less than what what middle-class taxpayers are paying outside of government. And by the way, considerably less than what public employees pay at the federal level. There is no collective bargaining for federal employees on wages and benefits, and they pay 28% on average for the health insurance premiums. We're asking for half that. When people hear those facts, they see that and they realize that this is really about protecting not only middle-class jobs, avoiding layoffs that other states are doing, but also protecting middle-class taxpayers. It's about making the government run better, and this is ultimately truly about rewarding good employees who right now can't be singled out as being extraordinary employees. I think the more people get the facts, and the facts are clear, the better off we're going to be.
There's been a lot of misinformation on the budget and a lot of misinformation on Senate Bill 5. And when people realize that a lady who's working at Wendy's gets no pension and has very poor health care, and she's supporting people who are not even paying for their pensions or the health care to any significant amount, and that she's not getting anything and paying for somebody else's, they'll wake up. People will understand what this is about. There's been a lot of misinformation. Teachers.